What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. Today, I am very excited to show off one of the newest additions to the collection, come way of Blade Show, Texas, and got to hang out with Mr. ATR for a little bit at his booth, and picked up this knife right here. Very excited. So without any further ado, let's crack into it. So absolutely love these cases that he does, and then of course the fact that it's blue, just and it's my shade of blue as well. So check out everything we got here. So inside you do get a card as well as a COA. So this is the Dark Ice variation. This is number 45. Go ahead and break into this thing here. Now I do plan on getting an updated clip for this knife in the coming weeks. But for right now, the wire clip will just have to do. I actually do prefer the way wire clips work. However, on this caliber knife, I do certainly think it deserves a little bit nicer clip. So I'll probably look at getting one of the circuit tie clips for it, and I think that will match with the kind of the black and blue theme that we have here. So a few specs here. Looking at a 3-inch blade length. 2.65 on your cutting length, 6.75 as far as your total length, and only 2.4 ounces. This thing is very, very lightweight, and I really, really, really like it. It works so well. I really wanted the full size, but he did let me know that I would be waiting a while on that. So I just went ahead and bit the bullet and went ahead and got bit the bullet train. Haha, yeah. Went ahead and got the Express. I do really like the form factor of the Express. I just know that I would also like the full size version as well. So I'm glad to have finally added a knife standards knife, an ATR design to the collection. And what a specimen here. Now, he did have one that had the blacked out bolsters that I liked a little bit better. However, the detent on it was a little stronger, and I wasn't able to reliably front flip it. And on this knife, that fidget factor definitely requires that front flipper. So I am, I'll end up getting this part anodized at some point. But for right now, it definitely will work for me. Now, price tag on these are $345. You are looking at VEN-X at $60 to $61, and of course, these are OEM'd through Best Tech. So no surprise there on any of that stuff. VEN-X $345. That's a pretty going rate for these things. So let's go ahead and do our close-ups here. There you have the RR square pivot, which is really cool. I love a squared off pivot. My design actually has a similar look to it. Really nice job on these overlays or inlays, whatever you want to call them. Everything is nice and flush. You do feel that little bit of a bow up on the pocket clip screw, but all your other screws are nicely flushed. Open pillar construction, you do have black standoffs here. Standard titanium everywhere else. It's like almost kind of a blasted titanium, if you can see that, or just a raw titanium. Again, the overlays are perfectly done, no overlapping or anything like that. Wire pocket clip, again, they do offer a bunch of different options for pocket clips, including just the standard titanium ones, which are very fairly priced. And then they have the zircuti and Damascus and a zirconium that are all, I think, $100 for their, for those pocket clips. Standard black thumb studs. They work very well. They're a little on the rounded side, but because you have plenty of room to get in there at them, they work pretty well. Fuller, all the way, full length fuller, which gives you really great access for reverse flicking. Of course, the signature ATR there on the spine of the knife. Jimping is very functional. This doesn't look like it would be a great front flipper, but it does work very well. Allows you to really get in there and flick that knife open. Plunge grind is done well. It's actually a really good plunge grind. It's just because you've got such a short sharpening tool, it makes it look a little different. But anyway, plunge grind actually ends about right there. So because you got this hollow grind, it allows it to meet up really quickly, so you don't have any issues with that plunge grind there. Belt satin, beautiful belt satin. You have the hand satin on the flat up here, and then on the flats by the bolsters. VEN-X branding there. That is the only branding other than the ATR on the back of the blade. Again, beautiful belt satin. Tip looks to be good. It's best tech after all. I mean, there's probably not going to be any issues. Sharpening is a little shallow right here, so we got a little less on the heel right there. You can see there on this side, it's very symmetrical here, all the way the full length of the blade. And then when we look on this side, we've got it symmetrical for the most part. And then right here towards the heel of the blade, it does start thinning out a little bit. Not a big deal, but just pointing everything out here. Lockup is perfect. You can see there number 45. And centering is perfect. Yeah, so how do I feel about the knife in general? Really excited by it, honestly. It is on the small side for me, but not like overly so, you know what I'm saying? So it is right on that, right on the bottom side of what I like as far as an everyday carry knife. And I mean, it is literally, if it was any smaller, it would be almost too small. So it's right inside my hand width. Fits perfectly. The jimping is just long enough to catch my thumb here. And then, like I said, you can choke up as well. It's a kind of a very subdued choke up spot there. Finger choil allows you to really get into the knife. No real issues with that. I think the pocket clip works well. I'd be interested to see how the upgraded pocket clips feel in the hand. I haven't actually felt one, so that will be one that I'm excited for. And like I said, that's the Zirku tie that he offers. I think will really match this this carbon fiber. I think they call it frost fat carbon, I believe, but it'll really match this quite well. Reverse flicks, phenomenal. Like I said, you can come in there and get on that fuller and just fire it out. If you want to get on the thumb stud, you can. It's a little less reliable for me on the thumb stud for the reverse flick, but the thumb flick works great. Fires out there, and I've got to clean it up a little bit. Every once in a while, I'll get a little bit of lock stick, but I do know that is simply because there is some oil on that lock bar or in that lockup spot. I just need to clean it up. You can actually see it here. We'll zoom in. So you can actually see that oil there and stuff on the lockup. So that will cause you to have a little bit of lock stick, and it won't be constant either. It'll be occasional lock stick, and that's almost always a dead ringer that it's or dead giveaway that it's some oil or some grease or something on your lock bar. So just a heads up for that, so you guys know what to look for. But yeah, let's go ahead and do our hardware check here. Looks like we have T8s everywhere. I have to move this pocket clip over just a hair. There we go. T8 there, or T8's literally everywhere. It looks like we are everywhere except for the thumb stud itself is a T8. Yep, it looks like that thumb stud's a T6. Okay, perfect job, which I wouldn't expect anything less from a Best Tech OEM knife. So yeah, let me know what you guys think on these. Is this one that you've had your eyes on? I personally like this design language the most. I like it better than the RR3, which I've had on the channel before. So the standard is definitely my cup of tea as far as blade shape and everything is concerned. I think these blade shapes work. The blade shape works really well with the handles. And now I just need to get me a full-size version. So anyway, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. As always, please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Take care.